Welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittney Bundles, and today's video is going to go over 5 things that you can do if you're experiencing slow orders. Slow orders does not mean no work, okay? I do consultations and mentoring with different entrepreneurs, and one thing that is very common is people not really doing anything if they don't have any orders that day, or if they're not receiving a high volume of website traffic. And I can understand where that mentality comes from, just thinking, what else can I do? I've already posted my post for today. I've already checked my website. I don't have any orders, so there's nothing for me to do. And there's definitely more to do. There's always something that you can do for your business. And I've been talking about the importance of getting into a routine with your business because it's so imperative. It's so crucial to the success of your business, knowing what you're going to do each day and sticking to it. It's not enough to, only act when you feel motivated. There's going to be some days where you don't really feel as motivated as others. You may start off the week feeling really, really motivated, or start off the year feeling really motivated. And as time goes on, you may start to feel demotivated because you're not getting the results that you anticipated getting, or because life picks up and goes in different directions. And that's why it's important to have a routine, because even the days that you're not really as motivated or creative with what you can do with your business still needs to be worked so that it can continue to move in the direction that you want it to move in. A lot of times we don't see the success that we're looking to see because we're not consistent. And even if we're consistent, we have to be consistent in areas that are going to actually work for our business. And I've been talking about trial and error as well. And as much as a lot of us don't like trial and error, it is something that is, I believe, inevitable, because there are some things that you're going to have to try and see how they work for your business. You can watch a million YouTube videos and read 1,000 books, and at the end of the day, you're listening to what worked in other people's lives and what helped other people's businesses, just like you're doing today in this video. And it doesn't mean, okay, discredit that information, but it does mean that just because something worked for one person does not mean it's going to work for you. So it's important for you to understand your business and for you to get in the groove of working your business and trying different things to see what ultimately works for your business. So if you're interested in 5 things that you can do to move your business forward, even if you have slow orders, be sure to give the video a big thumbs up. Please make sure that you are subscribed. Also, I do have a second channel, so if you're interested in unboxings and reviews and DIY projects, I have a second channel by the name of Brittney's Place. I will have that link linked below. So be sure to check that out if you're interested. If you're interested in booking a consultation with me or joining my mentoring program, be sure to check out the links below as well. Go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, and let's get right into the video. So I'm going to be looking down at my phone like I typically do. I have my notes here. I'm not going to keep you too long. This is going to be I'm going to try to have this be a brief video. So first off, first thing that I want you to check if you have slow orders is, have you checked your analytics? Where did most of your website visitors come from last week? This is really important to understand, okay? I was not super big on analytics when I first started my website, when I first started selling hair. And part of the reason is because I didn't know really what to do, and I didn't know how to look into my analytics. And analytics have progressed drastically over the year, the analytics that we have available to us as entrepreneurs. So in 2013, I didn't have nearly as easy of a time looking at the analytics and getting all the information that I have now as I do now. I also was using a different e-commerce platform. So if you are interested in using the platform I use, which is Shopify, there is a link down below. You can go ahead and click that link and sign up and try it and see if it works for you. But like I was saying, your analytics are super important, because your analytics allows you to know where you are. It's kind of like going on a vacation, right? Like on a road trip, and you're in the car, you want to get to, let's say, Florida, right? I'm in Michigan. Let's say I want to get to Florida, but I don't know where I'm at. I don't know how I got where I'm at. I don't know how I'm going to get to Florida. I just know that I'm in this car and I want to go to Florida. Okay, that's great. I know where I want to go. I know where I came from, but I don't know where I'm at. So it's going to be very challenging for me to be able to get to Florida without a plan, without an action step, without knowing I need to pass this checkpoint. I need to go through this city first. So you want to understand exactly where you are in your business. If most of your website traffic is coming from Facebook, then you want to continue to show up on Facebook. Okay, so this brings me to my second point, which is show up again where your audience came from. So let's say, for an example, that your audience came from Facebook. You want to make sure that you're showing up on Facebook again, okay? You don't want to just make that post on Facebook, see that you got traffic coming from your website and not do it again. If they came from a reel, do another reel. Go back and see if you have any comments, engage in those comments. Go back and see how many people are interacting with it, how many people shared it. Go back and thank the people that shared it. It's a way to also open the door to get people comfortable with asking you questions and DMing you, and also remembering what it is they shared and why they were interested in it. So go back, do some work, figure out where the engagement is coming from, and continue to engage on that platform. If your website traffic was not organic, and let's say it came from like Google ads or another ad that you're paying for, you want to make sure that you're first evaluating that the ads are actually bringing in the right audience. Because one thing that you have to be mindful of when you're paying for ads is that it's not organic, right? So there are going to be people that come to your website that aren't necessarily interested in what you offer. They may have come because they were directed by the ad, and based on how the ad looked or based on how the ad sound, they may have thought that you were offering something that you didn't. So when I was doing paid ads in the past, I have a hair business. People were coming to me for braiding hair. I don't offer braiding hair. And so it was a lot of misdirects. So I find it easier, in my opinion, to do the majority of your advertising organically. I'm not going to say don't use any paid ads. They can help, but you really have to stay on top of that. So if your website traffic has come from paid ads, then you want to make sure, number one, that again, a lot of your traffic is actually customers that are interested. And you want to go back to that ad. So you want to show back up where you're getting the traffic and make sure if they're not, a lot of the traffic is not interested in what you're offering, that you tailor that ad. If you've gotten questions or inquiries from Google because of the ads that you're doing, you want to make sure that you're going back and engaging there as well. Maybe put up a second ad. So wherever you're getting that traffic, you want to continue to show up there. A lot of businesses have their like preferred platform, their platform where they get the most engagement. And so you don't want to count that out. I'm not saying don't be on all different platforms and, don't promote your business across different social media sites, but I am saying that it's very important to understand where most of your traffic is coming from and continue to show up there. You'd be amazed how many people have made a post or did something on Instagram or Facebook, and because they don't really like that platform, they're like, well, I'm not really going to pay attention to it, or hey, I'm just going to let that post do what it does. No, you want to go back there again, and you want to make sure that you continue engaging on that platform, because that is one of the platforms that people are showing interest in your products and services on. The next thing that you can do too, if you're receiving slow orders, is ask yourself, how are you serving your customers this week? What how-to or did you know or blog content did you post? What value keeps your subscribers or customers or clients coming back, depending on what business you're doing. But ask yourself that, what value did I provide this week? It is very important to provide value to potential customers and clients and subscribers. People want to get something, they want to follow journey, they want to be connected, but they also want to get value in return. So if you haven't posted any how-to content, any did you know content, and I'm not saying post just what the hope of selling, or just post what you're offering, but post some valuable information that can help them. Even if what you're offering, if you want to post something, that you're offering, then do it in a way that's value-based. So let people know how this can contribute value to their life. Let people know how this can simplify or give them time back. Let them know how they can maximize their investment with what you're posting. So something that is giving value back to those that are interested in what you're offering is another way that you can work your business when you're having slow orders. So think to yourself, did I make a new blog this week? Did I create a new newsletter? Did I post how-to content? And you don't have to overwhelm yourself where you're doing everything. But you want to make sure that you're at least doing something, some type of value-based content for the people that are interested in what you're offering, because you want them to continue to come back, right? And people are going to come back when they feel like they're valued and when they feel like they're getting something from being connected to you and your business. The next thing that I want to go over is reaching out. So ask yourself, who did you reach out to? Text, DMs, emails, abandoned carts, website inquiries, or some beginners points of reaching out. So if you're like, well, I don't have anyone to reach out to, Brittney, I don't have any orders. If you don't have any abandoned carts either, then I want you to do some scrubbing, okay? And we used to use this term scrubbing when I was working in different, at different jobs and sales positions. We would have to scrub for leads in some positions. So you're going to want to scrub, do the same type of work for your business. And what that means is looking as hard as you can, as creatively as you can for different opportunities where you can engage with people to start conversations and actually land a sale. Now, we don't want to think about a sale like a pushy car salesman. When you want to think of a sale in the aspect, in my opinion, it helps to think of it like this: how can I solve a problem? How can I bridge the gap? How can I build and strengthen this relationship? So go to your DMs. Double check. Do I have any DMs that I have overlooked? One way to start getting more DMs too is start to send a thank you message that includes links and frequently asked questions to people that have followed you. I went over that in some other videos, but that has really helped me, because if someone, watches this video and goes subscribe to my Instagram, then they're going to get a message from me, thanking them for following me on Instagram, and then also giving some information. So I have a few links in the message that I send. I may have a few frequently asked questions. You can change it up and see which template works best, which template gives you the most interaction and engagement. But that's another way to start, the DMs back and forth. Another way is to check your emails, check your spam, check your junk folders, make sure that you've answered all of your DMs, and make sure that you've answered and responded to all of your emails. Another thing is your text messages. So if you have a business line, I recently had an issue with my line where I wasn't getting text immediately. It was very delayed. So you want to make sure, go back, open your app, make sure everything's working okay, because sometimes it may not be. So just go back and double check some of those things. That is something that you can do when you're waiting for orders. And the last thing that I want to go over is, what is your weekly plan? Okay, are we moving intentionally and not for the speed of it? Or are you just, moving really, really fast, where you really don't have a plan as to what you're doing? Now, again, you know where you want to go. You know you want orders. We know we want to go to Florida, right? But we don't know, again, how we're going to get there. So what is the plan that's going to get us there? Just hopping in the car and driving as fast as we can down any highway won't get us where we're wanting to go. So we need to understand, instead of going as fast as we can and doing as much as we can, it's more productive to make sure that we're actually executing purposeful steps, and we're moving with intentionally instead of just moving to be moving. Okay, does your plan today contribute to your overall goal? Is another question that you can ask yourself. So once you have the plan, okay, does this contribute to where I'm trying to go, ultimately? Or does it not? And sometimes when you ask yourself those questions, it really helps you think, like, do I need to do this or do I not need to do this right now? Do I need to invest over here or do I not need to invest over there? So it's really important. A big part of business is being strategic and having that critical thinking aspect to what you're doing and why you're doing it. And it's so, it can be very, very misleading when you're looking at only, comparing yourself to other businesses, and you're only looking at other businesses as your competition, so to speak, or your point of reference, and you know more about another person's business than you know about your analytics. I'm just going to say, things don't always, they're not always what they seem. And so you can have that mentality and not realize that someone is looking like they have a successful business, but they really don't have the business that you're wanting to have. You know what I mean? Like, their definition of success is completely different than yours, or maybe y'all have the same definition, but it's not really the same. It's not really what you think it is. So all I'm saying is, it's very important for you to understand where you're going, what you want to do with your business, and to understand that whatever you do today needs to move your business forward. I'm not saying that you have to make money every single day, because there are going to be some days where businesses are slow. Even large corporations experience times that are slower than others. But it's about what you do in those moments, because if you look at it, looking at it from an aspect of the glass half full instead of half empty, you have time now to look into different avenues to grow your business. If you're busy all the time, you're not going to have as much time to sit down and really dive into the analytics and figure out different ways that you can connect with people. You may have to hire someone else to do that. You're only one person. So now that you have the time, take advantage of that time, because you may not always have it, especially when your business grows and when you start to speed up, or if you get into another business venture as well. So I also put a note here: just a lot of moving and no planning will leave you tired and unsatisfied. So, I've transitioned my mindset some years ago from being busy to being productive. That's really changed my life because there was a time that I just had all this nervous energy on me in business, just moving so fast. I mean, every time I would get a text, I'm here texting right back. And every time I would get an abandoned cart, I'm right on it. And every time I would get a DM, okay, I have to answer right now, no matter what time it is. And although it's very important to be prompt, you want to make sure that it is that you're setting the right expectation with your customers and clients. So if you have an expectation that, hey, on these days we're closed, or on these days I'm going to respond back within 24 to 48 hours, that's going to help you because it helps you get into the rhythm and it helps you create a healthy balance. And I think as entrepreneurs, a lot of us forget that, and we don't take advantage of the downtime. We don't take advantage of resting. And I'm just going to tell you, being burnt out leaves you feeling, I know for me, not as creative, not as happy to create your content, not as happy to even show up for your business and come back to it. It's kind of like having a job that you really don't want to go to. You know you need to go to it because you need to pay your bills, but you're not really excited to do it because you're like, again, I'm going back. And especially a job that you're not good at. Like, I'm not good at this job. Oh, I'm tired of going in here. I'm wasting my time. You don't want to start feeling like that with your business. So it is very important to pace yourself and have a plan. That plan is going to help you do that. Now, if you need assistance with a plan, I would recommend you booking a consultation, or you can sign up for my email mailing list. If you sign up for my email mailing list on my website, keepingupwithbrittney.com, I send out tons of free business advice via email. So I would recommend doing that. I create different newsletters to go over different aspects of business and how you can create different plans. I also did a masterclass a few months back that was free. So if you're interested in, different masterclasses and different business tips further than YouTube videos, then go ahead and follow me on my website, keepingupwithbrittney.com, and enroll in my email mailing list. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I do want to thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye.